Whoa. Oh, hey. How's it going, guys? It's your boy obbldude back again with a another video. It's been a while. It's been a while. So today I wanted to make just like a quick video. I've started getting back into Entropia a little bit. I started playing this game around 2014, like early 2014. So it's been about 5 years. I haven't been playing consistently or nothing. I'm still a super noob. But I got back into it, been playing it for almost like a month now again, and I've been really enjoying it. And it made me think about something, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about today, and the reason why I'm making this video. So since I started playing this game, um, since I started playing this game, there's pretty much been three main professions, right? Hunting, mining, and crafting. And it's been like that since I started. Those are just the main professions, things that you pretty much everyone does. There are a few other things, but they're not really considered like the main professions, I guess. Um, so I was thinking, and I was like, Mindark needs to make a new profession. Like something like mining, hunting, crafting, like that pretty much everyone does, right? And I was thinking, what could that be? And then it kind of just popped in my head. I don't know what made me think of it, but I think it's a great idea and I would love it. And I think it would be a whole lot of fun if Mindark ended up adding this. I'm a little biased towards this. I'm a little biased because I like doing this in real life, so I might be a little bit biased by this, but I think it'd be interesting. And just so you guys know, I'm just doing some sweating just to kind of try and get some free skills, like some free evade and stuff. And I'm somewhat still low enough level to pretty much be able to do it with these guys, hopefully. This guy's not, I'm not pulling this guy. He's like running away from me. I've never seen this before. Trying to pull him. Okay, I finally pulled him. Alright, oh my god. Alright, anyway, oh jeez, tree. Huge tree in the way. Oh boy, okay. So, anyway, the profession idea I have is fishing. Okay? Fishing. Now, I know that might sound like. It's like, that might be a little bit boring or it might not work or something. But I want to explain this a little bit further and go a little more in depth with this. Just to kind of give an idea on how it could work. Now, so just to start off, I guess, fishing would add a whole new array of aspects to the game, right? Because what you could do is you go to the TT, right? And just like with hunting or mining or not so much crafting, but you get like a TT value fishing rod, for, noobs, like the noob fishing rod, right? Sorry, guys. And you buy that from the TT. You have some just basic low-level live bait that you get from the TT as well. And then you just go to a body of water and fish it, right? That's pretty much it. Now, I want to talk a little bit more in depth on how I would like to see that happen. I know this isn't going to happen, by the way, guys, but I just like talking about it, and I think it'd be kind of cool if it did happen, and I think it's fun just to talk about, So, like, think about RuneScape, right? Like old school RuneScape. I don't know how many of you guys have played, but in old school RuneScape, when you do fishing, there's like this little patch of like fishes in the water, and those parts are the only things you can fish out, right? Not in this game, or at least if it was to be implemented in this game. So basically it'd be like, mining. You can pretty much mine anywhere, right? Anywhere on the ground. You can pretty much mine it. Except for like, the cities and stuff like that. Let's revive. But yeah, so you just go to a body of water, throw your rod in, right? But it's like, okay, so you throw your rod in. Let's say you don't get something, right? Does that mean it's not a good spot? Does that mean you got to just move to another spot right away? I don't think it should work that way. I think it should be like you can stand in the same spot for a decent amount of time and fish it and possibly get a catch, right? So, but after a while, you know, it might not seem like a good spot, you know, kind of like mining, you know, it's like you're not finding many claims, so you're like, okay, this might not be the best mining spot, and then you go to another spot. Same kind of logic with this fishing concept, right? Same kind of logic. And then you kind of just do that. But the other good, sorry guys, it's been a while since I've like made a video, so I'm kind of all over the place and stumbling over my words a little bit. I do apologize. I do want to make more videos and try to get better at that. But this could open up a whole world of possibilities for the entire game itself. Like in the other professions, this can open up whole new opportunities, right? Like for crafters, you can craft the fishing rods, right? And just like with hunting and mining, you could amp up the fishing rods, right? To, you know, have more success or get more, you know, loot out of like each cast. So crafters could craft those two things. Crafters could also craft lures, right? So you get some materials together from like mining and, you know, maybe some materials from killing mobs or something. And then you craft lures, which can also get you bigger and better loot. And you know, the better the better rod you have, better the loot. You know, just like any other profession in this game, mining, hunting, whatever. You know, so in that aspect, I think it could really work. And it could also work just like hunting or mining or what you guys were seeing when I was sweating. This bar goes up, right? So with fishing, you could do the same kind of thing with this bar down here, like by your health and stuff. But you can make it go a little bit, you know, slower so that, you know, you're kind of just chilling there, you know, just casting away and stuff. So that's kind of how that could actually work out that way. Sorry, guys. And again, with crafting too, because there's boats in this game, guys. And it's kind of just like a trivial, fun thing to just drive around on a boat. But I mean, if you look at the map, right, and we like zoom out a bit, look at all this untapped potential, guys. Look at all of this water, all of this untapped potential. And then, you know, with around the land, you know, you have all these bodies that are kind of like in between the lands, like down here, right there. And then up here too, like you got this like river thing, you got this little body of water, which all this could be fishable, right? All of this could be fishable. So I think there's a lot of potential for this type of idea. Simply because of all that, you know, untapped potential, you know, like the land has resources and the land, you know, is profitable. And so why can't the water be profitable as well, you know? So what crafters could also do besides crafting rods, amps, and lures, they can they can craft boats. So it'll give them more of a market to craft boats, and it would give boats more of a market because you know, you can sit there on land and fish all you want, but you can have like the bigger, better fish loots, like the bigger, better fish that are going to give you better loots out further in like deep waters. So it's like, okay, you buy a boat from a crafter or you just craft one yourself or whatever. You take that boat out to the water with your fishing rod, your lure, or your live bait. And I want to go back to live bait in a second too. But so you get on the boat, you go on these bodies of water, whether it's just like a river thing or a smaller body, to kind of just get out more in the middle to kind of try to get, you know, the better of the fish. Or you can just go out into this bigger, deeper water and just sit on the boat and just throw the rod in, cast, you know, the bar will go up, kind of like in real life when you like fish, you throw a cast, you kind of slowly reel it in, you kind of like, you know, bob it a little bit, and then it comes back to you, and then you cast again. So, if you want the bigger and better loots from fishing, you could get a boat, get on the boat, go to those bigger bodies of water like out here and fish on the boat, and you have so much more potential and loot to get. So I want to go back to live bait just for a second because I didn't really touch on that. So how you could possibly get live bait if this were to be implemented, which again I know it's not, but I just have fun talking about it. But mobs could drop them. Depending on what level the mobs are, they can drop either low level baits or high level baits if they're high level. And just like with kind of like fruits and stuff that you can kind of just find and pick up, you could also do the same kind of concept with live bait as well. And then collect enough, sell it on auction, and then people buy it and stuff, and it broadens the market and makes the market bigger, and there's more stuff to do and more stuff to sell, which is good for the economy and the market overall if we're talking about real life economy, which this game has a real world economy to it. So why couldn't it work here, or why couldn't the same principles work here? So sorry guys, I think I'm catching something because I've been really phlegmy the past couple days. But so what you can also kind of do with this as well is you can amp up. So you amp up and you get, that just gives you the bigger, better loots. So it's like, it could be a good profit potential to, you have a high level rod, once you skill up enough, you got a good amp once you skill up enough, you got your boat, you go out into the deep water where the bigger loots are, and you're golden, dude. Like it would work so well. Like with these ideas I have, it really would work really well. And I know it's a lot easier said than done. I get that. And I know it's not happening, but it's just fun to think about. So we talked about all that, kind of the general idea on how it could work. But I didn't even realize that I was full health, so I can go get some more skills. Man, I just lost my train of thought now. So, oh man, I just lost my train of thought. Whoa, and I'm lagging now too. That's great. But yeah, so the fishing aspect, right? It would give players more to do than just mine and craft and hunt. It adds some more variety to it. It would increase the market in different ways and could affect the already existing professions in a positive way. I really hope I don't end up pulling this second one, because then I'm just gonna die really fast. But so you go out, do all that. You do the So we covered kind of the general basics on how this would go. And now I have no idea where else I was going with it, to be honest. I have no idea. So let's just do some sweating for a little bit while I try and pick my brain and figure out where else I was going. Because I went with live bait, right? And I was going somewhere else too, but I was like, I can't forget about the live bait. And then I went to the live bait, and then I forgot what I wanted to talk about next. And now I'm like kind of sad. But that's just like my basic generic idea, me personally, I like fishing in real life. So again, I might be a little bit biased towards this, but I mean, wouldn't it be fun, just to kind of like, instead of like sweating, like not sweating in the game, I mean like you're hunting or mining and you're sweating, like running around, either trying not to die with either profession, or you're like, oh man, dude, I just put down so many probes, or I used so much so much ammo, and I'm kind of losing money here. So you're kind of sweating when you're doing that, right? But with fishing, it could be a similar concept, like with the bait and using bait and not getting it. But at the same time, you can make it so that, one bait, if you don't catch anything, you can cast it like 10 times or unlimited times or just a couple times, however you really want to do it. So you could do it longer for less money to try and get that profit out, because a lot of times, when you're using live bait in real life, you don't lose it the first cast, You might, sometimes you do, but a lot of times those baits can last up to 10 casts, And then they kind of start, because they've been in the water for a decent amount of time, they start to kind of get all nasty and they keep falling apart. And then it's like, okay, let me just put on a new live bait because this is not going to work very well. So you could do something like that, and it's not like, okay, you throw one bait and it's gone and you didn't get anything, So that's kind of the cool concept of that. So like, it kind of gives an opportunity for you to log in, get on your boat, equip your rod and everything you got, and then, just relax. Just click use tool, or what I do, I just, click my name and then I use the tool. You use the tool, and then you can kind of just sit back and chillax, and then just, oh, I didn't get anything. I'll just throw another cast. No harm done. Same bait, wasn't used, And then with the idea of lures too, yes, they would be more expensive and they would deteriorate, but you're not going to lose it, when you do that. I mean, it's hard to make it like real life. I mean, you can lose lures in real life, obviously. Anyone that fishes knows that. But in this game, if it was to be implemented, you could just simply just have it deteriorate, and then, you could keep the lure that you like or the lure that kind of works, and then just repair it and then keep using it. And it could, in the, like I said, with the, pretty much lures would get you better loots overall. Yeah, and that's kind of just the basic overview of my idea. I personally would love that. I would be a 100% seasoned pro fisher in this. That's all I would do if that was a thing in this game. If this game had fishing, that's all I would personally do. That would be so awesome because it'd just be so relaxing and stuff. And a lot of times, I want to go fishing, but it's either out of season, or it's like the weather's like crappy, or it's like really cold and I'm just like after an hour I'm over it because I'm just dying inside. So on those days, it'd be really nice to just kind of go on here and just, do the thing like that. It'd be pretty cool, I personally think. And I think it could work. The reason why I was kind of trying to explain it a little more in detail was just to show that this could be a practical idea. Because it would work no differently than any other profession on this game. Mainly hunting and mining. Not so much crafting, because crafting does work a little bit differently, but it would work literally just like mining and crafting, so it could be practical, and it would pretty much increase the markets a little bit because it would give, crafters different things to craft, and, it would give things that are in the game like boats some more value than what they have right now because they would be serving a purpose, Boats right now are just kind of like a fun thing that you don't really need. It's just like, or at least as far as I know, you don't really need a boat. It's just kind of fun to have one. So it could, create the need for a boat, which then increases the market for that, and then, gives crafters something more to craft to then sell and profit from. So it could help the game all around the board, adding a fishing element. And I don't know. Maybe they've talked about this. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's had this idea before. But I was just playing this game and I thought of the whole profession thing and I was like, man, they need to add another main profession because it's been way too long, you know? It's like they update this quite frequently and, you know, change things, make things better or worse depending on how you see things. But, you know, why not add something more tangible that's new, you know? But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say. I know there was one more point I wanted to make, and I can't think of it at all. I took no notes for this. I just went off the cuff, and I was like, right after I thought of it, and then kind of like dissected it a little more, I just turned on the camera and went. Like, so there was no planning this. I probably should have, but that's just kind of the basic idea. If I remember it, or if I remember more points that I wanted to say, because I don't think there were. I'm pretty sure there was only one more point I wanted to make about it. But if I remember that one point and think of some other points, I might make a short follow-up. I know this video is kind of long for, you know, basically just talking and doing nothing and that kind of thing. But I have been playing this game a lot, so I definitely want to make a couple more Entropia videos at least, like just maybe 1 or 2 hunting runs, maybe a mining run or something to that effect. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video somewhat, because I know I was stumbling over myself quite a bit. And I just lost my train of thought. Okay, there it is. But, you know, I'm kind of getting back into it, so give me a little slack. Anyway, guys, I will see you on the next video, because I do plan on making another video very soon on Entropia, which will be a little more gameplay oriented, you know, with a hunting run, definitely. Because I found a noob hunting area that I didn't think was going to be good, and I didn't think that I was going to like. But I hunted there, and I got some pretty decent, well, I wouldn't say pretty decent loot, because the loot is kind of scarce in a way. Like, it's good scrap, basically, so I can get some free, you know, more ammo to kind of keep hunting to get my skills up to then hunt bigger stuff. I'm still a super noob. It shows you, because I have started this game in 2014 and my skills are lacking. Like, I'm only sweating just to try to get some skills up, and it was less distracting trying to talk about this while doing this. But yeah, so I hope you guys somewhat enjoyed the video, even though it's a really long video of me stumbling over myself and probably repeating myself as well. But I hope that you guys at least like my idea a little bit, you know, or think it could be plausible at least. But if not, you know, whether you like it or dislike it, let me know in the comments below. And if you guys have any ideas on like professions, like a main profession that MINDARK should add to this, I would love to hear them in the comments below, because I feel like there are a few pretty good things that they could do to just add just one, you know, new profession to kind of diversify this game out a little more, because I personally think this game has a lot of potential, and it is huge and big and there's a lot to do. But when it comes to, you know, your main professions, you are still a little limited, in my opinion at least. But again, skilling takes a really, 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 really long time. So I know why they didn't want to add a whole plethora of like just random main professions, but just adding one profession that would work pretty much the same as 2 professions that already exist, I don't think would be a bad idea. Especially, you know, because of the market stuff and everything else I talked about. But we're going on 25 minutes. So I'm going to end it here. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.